Okay, I'm live. And right now, I'm sorry, it's a different setting because like I just had to hurry up and get on here because I'm like super upset right now. And I want to talk about what's going on. So I'm sitting here at the house. Let me see if I can not do this chat thing. I'm sitting here at the house and he went somewhere. He went somewhere. And so I hear the garage door go up. Like someone opened the garage door. So I'm waiting for him to come in like he usually does. So I noticed like it's been a while, he's not coming in. So I went out there to look. Like, okay, the garage door was closed and his car wasn't out there. So I'm like, what the fuck? And the um the neighbor, they're like right across the street, a house down or two, and she's out there and her dog. So I call him and I'm like, "Did you just come to the house and open the garage door or whatever like that?" And he's like, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "Okay, so then what's going on? Because somebody just opened the garage door." And he's basically telling me, "Oh, well, we'll just lock it because there's like a latch and stuff, and it's like all computerized and tech where it can be to where nobody can like get in, even if they have some type of fucking equipment to try to get in." And so I tell him, "Well, just stop using that as an entrance and go through the other way." And he's basically telling me, "Oh, I'm not doing that." Like when he was on the phone, he said he was all the way somewhere else, and he was basically saying, "Well, okay, just lock everything or whatever like that." I'm like, "Okay." So then when he gets back home, I start explaining to him what happened. And he's like, "Oh, nobody did that." Whenever I tell him, "Can you just leave that and leave it as a secure measure instead of a way to enter in and out?" And he's like, "Oh, this is my house and blah blah blah." And then he's trying to tell me that I'm fucking psychotic. So I'm getting really pissed because this is like the third, fourth, fifth time somebody has literally, there's been proof of somebody trying to get into this house. And he's telling me that I'm mentally ill and that nobody's doing that. And he's refusing to do something that's so fucking easy. He can easily go through another way, the normal way people go through shit. And he's saying, "Oh, that's my house," and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not about to jeopardize anything I got going on." So he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about my shit. And he's making my fucking head hurt because I've been having to yell at the top of my lungs to get my point across. I've been having to yell at the top of my lungs to try to get my point across, and it's not helping. It's not doing anything. My fucking head hurts. I don't want to yell. There's no point in yelling. But I'm trying to tell this man what's happened. This man trying to give me a brain fucking hemorrhage, man. This man trying to give me a fucking brain fucking hemorrhage. I'm trying to see if there's another way that I could light this place up because this is not enough light. So, yeah. Let me see about another light. Just give me a second. Yeah, that's a little. Oh, yeah, that's way better. I know I look kind of. So anyway, I shouldn't have put chat on. I don't really expect anybody to respond or anything like that. But because I'm so emotional, I don't care. So he's telling me that I'm mentally ill because someone is trying to break in here. And I'm trying to tell him the measures to take so that it doesn't happen. And he's saying no. So I'm like, I'm now at that point, I'm pissed. I'm like throwing shit because now you're not listening to me. This has happened more than once. And you're hurting me by not listening to me and not changing something that's super simple to change. So, you know, I'm throwing like water bottles at the wall and shit. I just don't care. And then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna call the police." I'm like, "Go ahead, call the fucking police. I don't care anymore because I realized that you probably working with them cricket cops. You must be working with some cricket cops. This man says he wants me to leave, but he don't do much to help me get the fuck up out of here. And making sure people don't break in the house is gonna help me get the fuck up out of here." He's just acting like it means nothing. He doesn't care about anything I have, anything that I'm doing, nothing. I put a lot into everything I fucking do. And this man is letting people come up in this house, open the fucking garage door, and not taking any measures that a man would take to protect a female or a person that lives where he lives, knowing that what is going on is going on. Now, this the same street that a cop got shot on. It's the same street people trying to steal people's catalytic converters on. It's the same neighborhood where they found 100 Hispanic people in one fucking house. And I've and it's the same street where they accuse young kids of stealing light bills and electric bills and utility bills as if that's fucking true. I called the police a while back when they were opening the garage door and having dogs shit on the carpet because we don't got no dog. And they act like they were fucking scared. I told them where to go, where it was. They told me don't fucking follow them in the house. How the fuck am I gonna show you what's where it is if you don't want me to follow you? Like you're treating me like a fucking criminal. Like what are you gonna go do? You're gonna just go up there and I guess. But it's just the simple fact that this man, it is so simple. It's as simple as instead of going through the back door, go through the front door. And this motherfucker is acting so fucking like the most stubborn fucking donkey ass bitch. Yeah, I said it just like that and I meant it like that. And saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do that because this is my house. This is my house." And it's not that. I don't feel like it's about it being his house. I feel like it's about him making sure that I feel insecure as far as protection wise. That I'm always scared that he doesn't give a fuck that I'm scared that somebody's breaking in or might break in. He don't give a fuck if somebody does anything to whatever little shit that I got. He don't fucking give a fuck. That's what he's telling me. Like he's mad, bitch. And then gonna try to use the mentally ill shit on me. After he wouldn't listen to me, I said it nicely, cordially, like a grown adult fucking does. I said, I called him when it happened. The garage door is up. I waited for you. Did you leave? Like, what happened? Oh, no, it wasn't me. I'm like, well, your neighbors did that. I didn't even act fucking crazy because they've been doing that shit so many times. He'd acted normal because apparently he was out with somebody. I don't fucking know unless he set the shit up because I'm starting to think he's a fucking Satanist trying to cause me to feel a certain way on purpose. And the reason why I'm saying he might be a fucking Satanist is because half the pictures he got on this wall is about some bloody bitch with a bloody man dying and she dying in his fucking arms, or some lonely ass cat going down a fucking valley, or some lonely ass man going down a valley, or a picture of a bunch of people looking like they're burning in fucking hell or something. So I'm like, well, you must be a Satanist or some shit. All I ask is, can you go through the other door and we use this other door as a protection measure and just leave it where it's locked and nobody can mess with it and get in or nothing like that? Well, this is my house. He was using the other one just fine before he got that little technology. Now it's just a measure of safety and he's refusing. Oh, I don't care. And I'm stupid all of a sudden. me graduating middle school, high school, college means absolutely nothing. Now I'm mentally fucking ill when it comes to protecting where I stay and protecting myself and my belongings, whatever I have. Now I'm mentally fucking ill and nobody's doing what I'm saying they're doing. They're not opening the garage door. They're not having the door crack open when I'm asleep. And this is all when he's not here. It's all happening when he's not here. So they know when to fucking do it. And I call him every time. But I'm mentally ill because it's happening to me. Like, what type of denial is that shit? No, you want me to feel insecure. This is some type of fucking Satanism shit. You really don't like, you have something against me. You have a bit of a competitive spirit against me. You don't want me to go out there because he's helping me stay here, but he doesn't really want me to have anything. When I leave this place, he wants me to not have shit. He wants me to be piss poor. He wants me to be broke. He wants me to have nothing, and he wants me to come back crying and begging in tears how I couldn't get on my feet and make it. Because if he didn't, he would help make sure that I'm safe and help support me while I'm working. I work. I'm not sitting at home not doing nothing. I work 30, 40 hours and shit hard. You know what I'm saying? I get treated like shit a lot of times at work. So it's like you don't really, I don't think you really want me to be successful. You're setting me up for fucking failure and then saying, "Oh, well, just fucking leave. Just go out there in the fucking streets." And he's always telling me that I need to go out be on the streets where I fucking belong. Why the fuck do I belong on the fucking streets? Why do I belong on the fucking streets? What about me makes me look like I belong on the fucking streets? And it's like he has like white friends or Hispanic friend or whatever like that. He acts like they're so much fucking better than me. He's trying to tell me because I work at a certain type of franchise that I'm a nobody. Even though I have a college degree and I graduated with honors, because I haven't gotten to where I want to be yet. I've made some mistakes as far as with money when I now that I'm looking at the environment that I'm in, I've done certain things that I see I would have fucking done differently, knowing that, but I was always in an emergency like, vibe. Like, oh, let me do this because I feel like that'll be best. Oh, let me do this. Then once I settle down, I look and I see, oh goddamn, this is what I'm in. I shouldn't have fucking did that shit, even though it was not bad to do. It wasn't the best thing to do. So it's like I'm going through different stages and learning as I go, but I'm also getting older as I go, and time is being fucking wasted. And then people try to act like they want to make sure that I'm not secure and I feel insecure and I feel lowly and stupid. This man has said literally, I've lived with this man for a long time, so much that he probably fucking hates me. But at the end of the day, I can count on one hand how many times he's ever given me a compliment or said anything positive to me. He always tells me I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm a low life, I'm all this horrible shit. But I work. I work. I get up, I go to work. And then when I tell him what they're doing to me at work, he's like, "Oh, you're always the problem. Don't you think that you're just the problem?" No, I think I'm being fucking targeted. I'm being fucking targeted. That's what the fuck is happening. I act like a good person at work. I act nice. I act good. I try to be quiet. I try not to even talk sometimes. And then people tell me I need to talk. And then when I voice my opinion about something and I have some type of emotion, like, "Oh, you're too much, you're over the top." But I see other people have emotion and they're not saying a fucking thing to them and they're becoming managers and all type of shit. But not me. I'm a problem. Everybody wants to talk to me and everybody wants to gang up on me and say this and say fucking that. So it's like I just figured out how that works since the last job I got fired from because I called one of the managers a liar because I was through. They didn't want me to succeed. I did the best I could in there. I did a hell of a good fucking job. I had excellent performance And I somehow still got badgered. If you looked at my department, bitch, I'm sorry, but that shit was glowing. I took pictures and everything, and my fucking phone blew the fuck up, just like the last one before that. I took pictures of all my shit, of my great work. Okay? Other people were, I don't even like to brag, but it's like at this point, it's like people not believing me and making me feel like I gotta really talk myself up. Or it's like people are not getting the picture. It's like, honestly, I was motivating people when they would see that. Oh, and then I would see them go and change their department and make their department look better. But I'm the horrible person. I would do other departments when people were not there. When there was extra time, I wanted to make every department look good that was around me, because that's just the type of person I am. But somehow, trouble just seemed to want to fucking attract me. I could be the best one in there, and one of the managers wants to work with me, and I kind of want to be independent if I know it's something I can do. But there's a department that's a part of our department. It's a mess, and she needs your help. Why don't you help her? And I'll say something like that. I'm like, can you help? What's her name? Because I think they need help. Oh, you're not letting me do my job. I'm being micromanaged about something that I can do, and you know that I do it well. And I appreciate that you want to like work here, beside me and be a part of that. I get it, but this department needs help. I could see if you help them and then you come back around and then spot everybody like, oh, I like this. How about you change this? Or I want to add this, something like that. I get that. But it's like, oh, I just want to be here. I'm the first department you want to work in. I'm not even the most important department. I worked in the other department, but the other girls working there that day, and I'm in the second best department. And it's like this girl need help, and then the other people need help, but you want to come over here with me, and then you be saying I'm the problem. Why don't you go hang out with other people who aren't the problem? Because it's really a lie. It's like something else going on, and people don't want to admit it, and they won't let me be more independent. They won't let me. I'm like, why don't you just come back and then like edit it or whatever like that, and just let me be creative and do what I need to do. I can do visual merchandising. I love it. It's fun. It's not hard for me. And so I learned that, oh, well, you expressed yourself just a little too much, so now that's a fucking write-up. Because I said, well, why can't you help her? I think she needs help. Oh, you're not letting me do my job. That's a write-up. Well, fuck. Okay. It's like little stupid shit. It's always a fucking write-up. You could have just said, you know, Q, I understand you're good at this, and I want to be able to like we can work it out. It don't have to be that crucial. I know you like to be more independent, and work with me. Quit always making me look like I'm the bad person. It's like I can't say anything. I can't do anything. And now I'm mentally ill because I'm telling the truth. I'm mentally, when I talk like a normal person and I talk cordially, I talk like a white girl, I make sure that I'm professional. I'm stupid. I'm crazy. It's all about me. Somebody's breaking into the house. Can you please like just lock this door and we're not going to mess it? That's a fucking escape plan. Just like in school when you have a fire escape plan, this is a safety plan. And you're telling me, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm the best at a safety plan. I guarantee you, because I've been the most threatened. I know what to do. I know what to look for. I just need your help. Because if you do the exact opposite, then that's not going to help me at all. And you're saying, oh no, this is my house. It's not about safety. It's my house and I want to do what the fuck I want to do. And you shouldn't be telling me what to do. It's not about safety. Now, a real friendship and a real relationship, we're not in a relationship like that. But just for example, it would be like, you know what? That's a good idea. We should do that. That's not how I really wanted to use it, but based on the situation, that looks like that's what we're going to have to do until we move and get out of this situation. Nothing's wrong with that. That's completely professional. But for some reason, motherfuckers want to target me. Now I'm emotionally disturbed. My fucking head hurts because I'm having to overtalk. I'm thinking now that all that professional shit that I just did and how I spoke well and I expressed myself appropriately means absolutely fucking nothing. Now I have to throw shit. I have to yell. I have to be fucking crazy because what the fuck else is left? I don't fucking know. Nothing, nothing. It's you don't fucking matter. And when I tell them about other shit that I'm going through, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're trying to steal this, they stole that, whatever. He's always telling me, him and his fucking friend that don't even really know me. I shared some shit with him. And oh, who are you? Like, who are you that anybody would do that to you? It's always some super negative shit. You know what I'm saying? The same shit that I moved away from when I was younger. Like, oh, who are you? Who wants to fuck with you? Ain't nobody, you don't got nothing that nobody want. You're not special. You're not this, you're not that. But now, what type of mental problem are you saying that I had that I would just go on a fucking rant, completely making up shit? I'm not trying to be funny, but I think I'm pretty decent looking. And my work ethic is good as fuck, in my opinion. All I gotta do is turn on the switch. My work ethic is good. Why would I hurt my brain cells trying to convince someone of something that's not really happening? It's not adding up though. It's not fucking adding up. It's not adding the fuck up. And then the whole courthouse situation that I've been trying to deal with, it was years ago, but I'm still pissed off because I feel like somebody's chasing me around, harassing me or some shit. Like, you put a warning on that ticket. It was a pink slip, it was a yellow slip behind it, and that bitch said warning in the fucking square. Why did that fucking ticket disappear out of fucking storage? Why? Even if you can, like, you know what I'm saying? Why? And then you made me think that I didn't have nothing on me. I'm walking around, I'm driving around. Apparently I wasn't even supposed to be driving because it said it was a warning. I didn't think nothing was, on my head. It's just like, why would you do that? Why? And then like, oh well, the ticket was changed. They got some type of shit where they could change that shit up, same number and everything, but they got something, man. They got something because I had it. I see what's going on, and they tried to steal the evidence that I did fucking have. So I'm like, why the fuck is they doing that to me? Why? Why are you doing that to me? It's making me sick. It's making me like feel very sick. It's making me feel very fucking lowly. What these people are fucking doing to me. The fact that they I feel like they've tried to take my friend away from me. They've tried to take all the people that I love away from me, and then leave me stranded on an island with people who are not emotionally available and aren't emotionally intelligent or are fucking Satanists that are determined to bring me down. I can't win against the fucking Satanists. Not like that. Besides getting the fuck away from them, I can't. I'm not. I can't go back and forth with you and like I'm just gonna be driven crazy. But those people, they can do that shit 24/7. They can rant. They can raise their voice over you. They can be the biggest, baddest, most evil fucking wolf 24/7, 360 fucking 5. And that's why you can't beat them because I can't do that shit. My head gonna fucking start hurting. It's not my fucking nature. And it's like people are like, oh well, you should just be thankful that that person's fucking helping you. Well, I hope somebody's is helping me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like telling my whole story because my story to me, I feel like people think they can fuck with me in a bad way when I start telling my story. You know what I'm saying? People try to find vulnerabilities in you and they try to use that against you. So sometimes sharing your story don't really seem like a good idea. You can share your story when you're around good people who have good intentions for you. You cannot share your story in a fucking crowd of fucking wolves. where they want to devour you and see what they can take from you and see and dig out your fucking situation and see what's going on with your fucking situation. So then they can fucking target you. And that's what's been fucking happening to me. And I don't even be sharing that much with that many people about my life. I just got so irked, and it's like I realized the shit is making me mental. I'm not mental, but the condition that the person is talking to me in and how they're treating me, I feel like that's making me mental. But I'm not a mental person. Like I'm very sane and well spoken, a good person. But when that person neglects to listen to me and what I'm going through and to make changes based on that for the safety of me and also that person, because it can't harm that person, it can only make that person more safe. I'm having to like yell. I'm still not winning. I'm throwing shit. I'm still not winning. I'm trying to be aggressive like a fucking man. I'm still not winning because I don't know what else to do when a person doesn't fucking listen to you. And my safety to me is at risk. My safety is important. That's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Safety is at the fucking bottom. Like, why the fuck these people keep trying to take my safety away from me? It's too much. And like I said, I feel like they've been trying to do some type of isolation shit to me. And also, like, when I even mention people that I love and people that I like, whether they're the past, the present, whether they were here or there, I noticed some people start getting fucking mad and pissed off. And man, like, I can't have friends. I can't like anybody. I can't have people around me. Like, and it's just it's annoying. It's annoying. It's like I'm being treated like a fucking evil little fucking kid. And really I'm being bullied by like some fucking Satanist and shit. And it's like me defending myself is making me look like a horrible person because when I do it the right way, I don't get listened to. And I beg and I do it the right way more than once, twice, three, and it's just like it's horrible. Like when white people try to break into their house, they get the fuck out of there. They go somewhere else. And if I had the money, that's exactly what the fuck I would do. This white person, he's like trying to blame me and say I'm just fucking psychotic. Well, you didn't think I was that fucking psychotic when you got me to stay with you, did you? I wasn't that fucking psychotic then. When I stayed with this person, when I first stayed with this person, I literally kept my shit in a box by the door. All the shit that I had, I literally kept in boxes because I didn't plan to stay with anybody and I didn't plan on nobody, wanting to, like, I was just planning on, inconsistency and, I just wasn't counting on anything. I was being safe for myself. I don't need to unpack. I don't need to do that shit. Keep my shit packed so I can just get the fuck up and go. You know what I'm saying? That person's the person who was telling me, "Oh yeah, you can unpack your stuff. You don't got to keep your stuff in boxes and stuff like that." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I really don't want to have to pack my stuff up. I've been living with this person for a long ass time. This person's never even really gotten sick at all. Okay? Not by my food, not by my hands, not by nothing. Like this person ain't barely got a fucking cold. Out of all the years I've known this person. But this person doesn't listen to me when I'm telling them about something that's jeopardizing my fucking life. Where is my friend? Why did people take the people that I love away from me? Why is people doing that to me? And I think that people are jealous of anybody that I get in a friendship or relationship with. And they try to make my life difficult. And they target me and they target them. It's like I can't have friends and I can't have good friends and people that understand me and people who treat me good. Because it's like those people are act like they're jealous of it. But then when they have a chance to be cool with me, they treat me satanically. They don't treat me good. It's like I can only have people in my life that treats me bad and beat me up mentally and emotionally. And I can't have anybody in my life that treats me good. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of whatever demons that this stuff came from. I'm sick of it. I don't do that to anybody else. I've never done that to anybody else. I don't do that to people. I do not do that to people. And it's like people are like low key. I feel like low key, these people are selfish of me, but then they sit there and say some of these satanic people are low key like kind of selfish, and then they try to act like, oh, but I'm like no fucking body. And I can't have nobody good in my life. Nobody to turn to. It's like these people want me to die lonely by myself. And like it's like the tears for them, like, oh yeah, she was really a good person. Like, I'm really gonna miss that girl. But the whole time you was treating me like fucking shit. Like I feel like that's what I can hear people like pretending like if something happened to me, which I don't think it would, like I'm really trying to stay away from stuff. I don't wanna I don't want nothing to happen to me in this fucking neighborhood at all. And it's just like I feel like these people want me to die here. Or they want me to like get stuck here in this fucking place where I can't move nowhere. For some reason they hate me, it seems like, but they want to keep me stuck here at the same time. Like if you hate me, why the fuck you won't let me go be somewhere else, help me out so I can get out of this situation? And it's a scripture for that too. In my situation, it's a scripture specifically for people like me. You should be helping me. And no, it's not. I'm entitled. It's my. I know my situation. Like I said, I wanted to work at 14 years old. I knew. I foresaw the struggle. I knew what was ahead of me. It wasn't gonna be good, and I needed chances because people learn and they make mistakes with money and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, unless you have somebody that's already successful teaching you step by step and showing you this how it go. If that's not it for you, you gonna have to figure some stuff out yourself. And some people around you, they're not gonna tell you every fucking thing. But it's trial and error. You get these chances and then it's still trial and error. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't disclose everything to everybody, but shit, I feel like motherfuckers is watching me anyway on these on cameras or something. Cause there's something buzzing in this fucking house. It's like beep beep, like it's making a beep beep noise. It's like over here 1 second, and then the next second it's over there. It's like these bitches know when I'm going outside. So my theory is they've been breaking in through the garage and putting cameras and shit in here or something. What is so fucking interesting about fucking watching me though? It doesn't make sense to me. Watching my every fucking move. You gotta be trying to do something eventually. I don't get it. It's like, oh, they go and tell people what the fuck I bought, what the fuck I'm wearing, what's the last thing I have left before I need to wash laundry and shit. Oh, I know what she's gonna wear tomorrow. Like, what the fuck is that? It's too much. And then you got that on one hand, and then you got other people saying, well, who are you? Nobody wants to do anything to you. You're nobody. You're nobody. And then to tell you, oh, you don't gotta protect anything, just do what the fuck you do. Just do it. Right. And then that's when you get people taking all your shit. They're being successful and good at whatever the fuck they're doing. And here you are, you're still fucking piss poor, growing. by the day and age, and you still don't got nothing, but everybody else, that's invading your fucking privacy, they're getting shit. You're fucking struggling through your fucking mistakes and this and that. They're getting shit. They're fucking laughing about it. They're watching your every fucking move. They ain't offered you a fucking dime or nothing. No, it's not a camera filter. It's a light, and I'm sitting in a dark spot because I was so mad that I decided I was just gonna make the video wherever I was, and I wasn't gonna go and do my normal setup. That's just how upset I was. I try not to do anything right here because I know it's not enough light. It's not good light, but I don't know about these people using radio wires. Man, these people got actual cameras in here. I don't know what radio wires are. I'm not really sure. Maybe you know more than me, probably. Sounds like it. And it's like I just keep hearing these things like beep like a beep noise. Like when you try to find a set, you know how when they had them cordless cell phones and you be pressing that button to try to find the phone. That's what it sounds like. It'd be right here 1 second, and then it sounds like it's in a totally another spot another second. But I'm not sure what radio waves are, but whatever it also is, this isn't just listening to me. Whatever they're doing, it's not just throwing some, wave or whatever. I don't know. I can't really speak in those scientific terms. Throwing some type of wave and listening back. This is like that, and they're watching. I'll put a specific shirt on my chair in the restroom, and then like I'll see so many people wearing that same color at certain places, like at my job that I go to. I'm not going to say which one, but it's pretty obvious. And they'll just be like doing certain things. They'll be doing certain things. Like, for instance, my fucking cat. I'm sensitive about how I talk about stuff, so I don't really like to bring it up. And he's just a street cat, but we were taking care of him for like almost a year or two. And something just told me open the door. I opened the back door, and there he is laying in the fucking, on the fucking ground in the rain. Looked like he's damn near fucking dying with his mouth open, like crying. And he hates the rain. So I was scared because I thought, that moment was gonna be right there. And so my friend or whatever, the guy who lives here, he says, "Oh, go put a box over him." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." He's still like moving a little bit. I'm like, "Pick him up and put him on the chair." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to pick him up." I'm like, "Well, you pick him up all the other times when you're trying to feed him. You be picking him up in the air. Now that he's going through something, you can't pick him up. What type of person are you?" And so he finally picked him up and put him in the chair, and he was still moving. He was like, meow. And he was just like really sad and lowly. And it was like he was sick, like something attacked him because he eats here and stays here a lot of times in the backyard. And then he goes and travels somewhere else where I guess where he originally came from. And it's like when he go there, sometimes he come back sick, but it's every blue moon. And this time he was like, it was like something was in his stomach, whatever they gave, whatever he consumed, it was giving him pain. It was bad. And so, long story short, I go to work and people are wearing cat shirts. All of a sudden, everybody wants to put on Hello Kitty, and I'm saying I watch all this shit. Like I see what people are buying and all that. Even at the other job I work at, people were coming in with cats and shit. Like I know they don't live over here by me, so how the fuck do they know? It was like they were trying to give me signs to me, like that they was watching me. That's how I felt. Like y'all wasn't wearing kitty shirts before. Oh, and then a lady came up to me wearing one of the colors that I had on the chair. in the restroom, and she comes into the fitting room area, and she's like, this is when all this had happened to the cat, and she says, or is about to, and she's like, oh, what do you think about this color for a funeral? I'm like, what? I'm like, so it's like, to me, it's like witchcraft shit. Like, they're wearing that color. They know the cat that I usually take care of is going through something, and they're bringing cats and shit, stuffed cat animals, and wearing cat shit, talking about a fucking funeral with the color of the shirt that I had on, sitting on in the restroom chair, like that type of shit. I did a lot. Like, it started raining when the cat was sick that day. I had to get a car tarp that I had and put it over so that he wouldn't get rained on and everything. He stayed alive that whole time, and he moved around, and then he went somewhere, and I ain't seen him. But as long as I had picked him up from the grass, he literally had his mouth open and was barely moving at all. And then I put him outside the rain. I made a cover and everything, and he stayed up that whole time. He wouldn't go to sleep. And then he would just like go to one spot and sit there, and I that scared me because I felt like it was so. He would go to another spot and sit there in the backyard, and then he just went some. So I didn't know, should I put him in the garage and then give him some medication, because the medication from Amazon was gonna take 2 days. 2 days was too much. And all I had was some cat painkiller because he had broke his leg one time doing something, and that helped him. He healed from that. And I felt like he was going through pain. So I gave him a little bit, but then he's, like I said, he stayed up that whole time. But I was trying to buy him some type of multivitamin, and it has something good in it that will kind of flush out his system if something bad. But Amazon took too damn long, and I didn't want to keep him in the garage and something happened to him in the garage. So I said, just let him be free and go where he wants to go. You know, there's, I hope he, you know what I'm saying? I hope nobody's putting nothing in his food, but I felt like somebody was putting something in his food. I felt like it was a ritual, a witchcraft ritual, and it was a ritual. I just, something just makes me feel like it was some type of witchcraft ritual where they poisoned the cat. And it was just ironic how he showed up like that. See, he goes to them other places for food and shit, but when he needed help to be healed, you see, he came here. He came here. That's where I got him back up. We got him back up. He was moving, like I said, but he went somewhere else. I don't know. That's probably where he came from originally, before we took him in as a street cat outside. So I don't know, but that fucked with me. That fucked with my head. I had to, deal with people, acting a certain type of weird way, like they knew all my business. Like, my cam is not fucked up. I'm fucked up emotionally right now. And so I just sat in a place where it's dark and there's no lighting. I wasn't thinking about making it all pretty and stuff. I was thinking about expressing myself in the moment that I felt how I felt. I wasn't trying to set the camera up right. I wasn't trying to set the lighting up right. I wasn't trying to do anything. My emotions were so skyrocketed that I just wanted to sit here and talk out how I was feeling and what was going on. These neighbors had been opening the garage door while this man leaves. They've been taunting me. Who does that? And then he's acting like it doesn't matter. Who does that? What, why are they keep messing with me? And then it's like, I don't think that they think that I'm slow or retarded or stupid or I can't fight for myself. But it's like, these people are really trying everything. Why would this neighborhood, and I believe it's a subdivision, a community of people, why are they getting in on and trying to target me and watching me and all this? I can go outside, and that lady next door on this side, she'll come outside as soon as I'm outside. They're watching certain things. Like I said, Every time I do my hair, she'll come outside or something. It's like they do these things on purpose. And this lady hardly ever comes outside. I don't even think she's a real person because I've never seen her get groceries. Like I said, she must have nothing but frozen food. I don't know. Or she does stuff in such a way, I don't know, but people have been irritating me. It feels like everybody in this neighborhood is watching me. It feels like everybody in this neighborhood is watching this house. Then that's before I posted any videos of any sort or anything. Just like I said, when I first got to this neighborhood, that patrol dude pulled up in the driveway asking who I was. That's not normal. I'm here to visit somebody or stay here. This is this person's house. Why are you pulling up in the driveway with me, asking me who I am, and he's in the house? He didn't tell you to do that. So that right there is weird. It's giving me those vibes of like those stalker patrol people or stalker cops or some shit type movies. And I'm not trying to be a part of their fucking movie, period. Like, go mess with somebody else. It's ridiculous. Oh, and I told the man, that patrol dude, patrol on bikes and shit, but they're not on bikes. I told him when the people was raising the garage door up last time, and I was irate because who would it be? Somebody's trying to break in while I'm sleeping. Like the normal response is to be pissed, and I'm a big verbal person. I'm a female. Why are you doing that? So yes, I went outside and I started fucking yelling. I was frantic. That's normal to me. To be frantic that someone's trying to break in your fucking house while you're fucking, or breaking where you stay at when you're sleeping. So I was like, stop trying to break in. I made this huge announcement outside. Yes, I did. And then some dude down the street was like, shut up. Oh, ironic that he was outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm just expressing what, do you know who did that? Right. So then the patrol dude came and he's like, now I had stopped way before he showed up. And the patrol dude's like, he didn't see anything or witness anything. He just said, not that I know of, unless there's cameras. And he was like, that I don't know about. And he was like, you need to calm down. Q, you need to calm down or I'm going to arrest you. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to arrest me when I'm telling you that somebody is trying to break into this house? Yeah, it's like you're just trying to get me in the back seat of your fucking police car or your fake patrol car, whatever. It's not. He says he's an ex former police, some black dude in patrol, whatever. I don't know, man. Something suspicious about him. He makes friends with everybody that I say that is I don't trust, and everybody that I say I point out to that person like they're acting weird, suspicious, putting their headlights on, flashing them in the house. At nighttime, I have video footage, whatever. He goes in, hey man, how's it going? Yeah, let me give you a business card. Oh, and starts talking and making friends with him. Man, that's some weird narcissistic satanistic type shit, man. So I'm like, nah, man, they're doing something against me. And then this weird shit that go on at work when I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just not built for whatever the fuck this shit is. It's like Satan's people is winning. So I want to go somewhere where God's people is winning. I don't want to be somewhere where Satan's people is winning and where they weed out all the good people and God's people. See, did you hear that noise? I'm not sure that if you heard it, but it's like wee, but it sounded like a beep noise. And it's just coming randomly from somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired. And it's like, oh, we'll spark an investigation. Man, I need my own life taken care of before I start doing all that type stuff. That would be a huge thing. What if I find out, oh yeah, these people do got cameras in here, and then what? Where do they come from? And then what? Something's real fishy though. I'll tell you that. Something's real fishy. I can't forget about the day that the cop, one of the cop, that patrol dude called the cop and told him come on the scene, and he got his legs shot off. And I won't forget the fact that everybody in the neighborhood had evacuated before the shit even happened. And except for me, I stayed in the house when I heard them six helicopters hovering over for fucking 6 hours and 30 minutes. And I said, how did all those people vacate? I didn't see one car in sight. And this neighborhood is usually full of fucking cars here and there, 8 people to a house and shit. And he said, oh, he texted everybody. You texted everybody to leave before a cop got shot? That don't fucking sound right. And everybody was watching the news. Right. I don't know, but it sounds like a conspiracy. Then one of the vehicles that they had posted almost looked very similar to my vehicle. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all are up to, but y'all better make sure y'all keep me out of this. Cause I don't got nothing to do with it. It looked like people trying to set me up or something. I don't know, but that's how I feel. And it's not no fucking paranoia. It's I've been looking and observing all the stuff that they've been doing, and it's like that paranoia is legit. It comes from legit suspicions, like in police terms, like probable cause type paranoia. You know what I'm saying? There's a probable cause for me to suspect shit. And if that's what you want to call paranoia, okay. Because there's been certain incidents and experiences that were real live and happened. And that's where that I'm cautious and don't trust these people come from. It's not just some me rocking back and forth in a chair, biting my fingernails, and nothing's happening, and I'm saying something's happening. Then it's like another thing. I keep having to pay all these extra fucking expenses just to be safe, just to buy cameras, just to do this, just to do that. My money, I'm getting pissed off. Like at this point, I need free shit. I need shit to be sponsored. Like, try out this camera for free, and we'll give you a whole year of a free camera and free cloud space for a whole year. Cause I'm like, all this shit keep costing me. It's coming out of my money, and I still have to fucking eat. And quite frankly, I've been thinking about I don't know how the fuck people are surviving. And I'm not even fucking being funny because I get a lot of help and I still don't understand how people are surviving. Like, and able to venture and you make mistakes, like I said. It's like, nah, man, I don't really see how people survive, especially it's like maybe they're purposely making sure I don't survive well. It's like, oh, keep her at a certain point because we don't want her to succeed. Like that job that I had, it was like they was warning me to leave 6 months after. Really, right after I got hired. But 6 months after, they was telling me like, "Oh, you should probably apply for a job, this job and that job." Like, how do you? And this was from a manager from another department. I think she was in competition with me because she would come look at my stuff, and then she would go up there. She would always come by looking at my stuff. It's not her floor. That's not the area she works in. But she would always, I saw her making her way around looking to see, and then she would have something in her area changed and stuff like that. But she was like, yeah, oh, they had personal shoppers. She's like, oh, yeah, you should treat that guy good because that might be your next boss. I'm like, why are you telling me that's going to be my next boss? A guy who's telling me to put up 100 clothes of his. No. When there's somebody who's I already had 5 customers at toward the end of the night trying to get their fitting room together, help them out. And there was a girl who was working there and she didn't have nobody. She was cleaning up her space. And then there was a one customer coming toward me asking to try on some more stuff. And he gonna come to me and say, hey, can you please put up all these clothes for me? And I'm like, sir, this is just the example of some stuff I'll be going through. I've probably mentioned this before. I'm like, sir, she's available if you just need somebody to help you, put your clothes back where they belong. And he's like, well, I want you to do it. Why can't you do it? I'm like, what? Well, I thought it was pretty obvious. I didn't say it like what I'm saying now, but I'm just talking to y'all. Like, I thought it was pretty obvious. I have 3 people already in the fitting room that have numerous amount of clothes that I'm gonna have to put those up. Well, maybe not all of them, so they're probably gonna buy some. And then also, I have another person coming to me right now asking to go in the fitting room that has a stack of clothes. And now you're coming to me with all the clothes that you decided you didn't want for your little events that you have. And now you want me to put all those up? No offense, but like I'm saying, she's available. It's just like stuff like that. Like, why? Why? Like, it's not adding up. It's like people put me through extra stuff. And then like, oh, then the manager comes around. I got it. Don't worry about it. And then, kid, I need to talk to you in the office. I was I said it very calm to him. I was like, sir, I'm sure she would be more than glad to help you. Like, I just gave him to another associate. And now I'm in trouble. You want me to come to your office at 7:59 when we close at 8 o'clock and get locked up in that building with you and them cops? No offense, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going home. I'll see you in the morning. I'll talk to you then, but I'm not gonna talk to you late at night. I haven't felt safe in here that late at night anyway. I'm not being funny. I'm being for real serious. Like, so my head is hurting because I was yelling to get my point across, which I still got the same result. I threw shit on the floor. I said things that I didn't necessarily want to say, and I still didn't get the results immediately that I wanted. No method that I use, and this is what I try to tell people. I try every method. I know that sounds crazy, but at home you can do different things than you can do at work, of course. Or where you stay, you can do different things. You're not gonna throw something at work. Well, some people do, but not me. So I was cordial, I was nice, I was peaceful more than one numerous amount of times. Then I get louder, I get more aggressive. Like, that doesn't work. Now you're man, come on. I've tried everything. And to the point that they're trying to call me mentally ill now because you're not listening to me. Now I'm mentally ill. I think you're mentally ill if I'm asking you to help me with something that has to do with my safety. That's very easy, and you won't. You're mentally ill. They see you using the electromagnetic spectrum. Interesting. What is that? Nah, this ain't no damn radio waves. This is something different. This ain't no seeing somebody through no walls with purple, red, and green lights and watching a certain color move around. I'm not sure, but no, this is they seeing me and like a real camera. This ain't no this ain't that type of old school technology. Well, they call it new school, but I've been thinking of shit like that since I was a kid. The people being able to do some shit like that. I don't think that's even new school. I think that's old school technology. They just came out with it. But no, I'm talking about somebody planting cameras in your house. And also, you know what else I think they have control of? You know that home safe shit where you can like turn on lights and shit and turn on the AC. I think somebody has control of that shit here. And it's not the homeowner. Because every time I get fucking cold and shit, they'll fucking turn on the AC. Or like if I turn off the fan, the ceiling fan, they'll turn on the AC. Or if I act like it's like whatever I do with the fan, then they'll have a reaction with the AC unit. Something with the fucking AC unit. It's like, oh, I'll start taking a shirt off because I'm hot or a sweater, and then they'll turn on the AC. Or I'll start putting a sweater on because I'm cold, and they'll be like, oh, we'll turn on the AC, like to make me colder or hotter or something like that. It just feel like somebody got control of the AC as well. Okay, we're not doing that. Talking about your eyes are the camera. Ain't no fucking camera in my eyes. I'm not going for the funny shit. I'm serious. I mean, that's very artistic. The way you said that shit, that's great, you know, in literature and some poetic shit. But I'm talking about for real. I ain't no fucking cat with a technical eye or some shit like that. I'm talking about for real. No. These people ain't that fucking psychic, man. Ain't nobody, they not that fucking psychic. They watching to where they can know when you're coming outside your door, so they come outside too. And also tracking that fucking vehicle. They got a track on that hoe. Because every time I pull up, this girl pull up over here, and certain people pull up at the same time all the time around the time that I'm pulling up, or they leave at the same time. They know when you getting dressed, man. They know when I'm getting dressed. I believe that. And I think I'm a smart enough person. And I'll tell you why, because I pay attention to patterns. I pay attention to patterns. Yeah, 24/7 live stream. I'm trying to figure out how they can do a 24/7 live stream in somebody's house. And when the fuck does the camera go off if it's 24/7 live stream for how many days? And what they hiding it in. I'm gonna tell you what something's telling me that they're hiding it in. I've been having these visions that somebody got something in one of the vents, in the AC vent on the ceiling. I don't know, but I've had more than one vision when I was sleeping about a camera being in a fucking AC vent. So I don't know, and like looking down on me, I'm not sure. I really haven't checked up in there, but I have had those visions a couple of times. Yeah, I heard that about the Truman Show. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm kind of scared too, also, because I really don't want to feel like my life is the fucking Truman Show. Whatever it is, it sounded kind of weird. Like everything was a setup, everybody was an actor, and it's just like that's not very fun. Some stuff I know that certain people weren't. You know, they were real encounters with real people, and I don't know. Some stuff I like to save because I feel like when you going on certain mental levels, you need to be prepared because it changes your whole perspective about life and some stuff you just need more support, the type of supporters that you want when you're getting into stuff like that, discovering a bunch of new shit and oh this is happening and that's happening and how people are going to react once you know that certain shit is happening and how deep that shit goes. But I guarantee you I'm gonna end up watching that show eventually. But and yeah, the hidden camera detector. Yeah, I got one. I just haven't used it because I'm really not there yet. I don't want some major shit. Like I feel like I have to become emotionally prepared for certain stuff as well. Like if I got some stuff going on here where I'm dealing with other shit, what am I gonna do if I find out these people is watching me and shit like that? Basically, right now I'm just in jail. You know what I'm saying? It's like prison. It's just jail. Like that's what they do. They watch you butt naked. They watch you take a shower. They watch every fucking thing you do. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand the risk of it because when people start doing like witchcraft and planning shit out based on what they know that you're doing and it's not in your favor, it's not for something good, I know that it can be dangerous and that's why I do need to do something about it. Regardless if I can't find anything. What if I can't find anything? I still know there's something here. If that thing don't detect it properly, they could have rigged the fucking equipment. Something's watching. I know that for sure. Like I said, the patterns are what's telling me. This looks so weird. But yeah. So I just want to know like what people think about just you expressing yourself in an appropriate and cordial way and then like people not listening to you and then trying to say you're mentally ill because you're trying to really stress your point in any way possible after that because the right way didn't work and also and on all levels. Why is it the right way not working? Why is no way working? I can't see this. There's a heart right there. You will never find anything. Virtual prison. Watch the Truman Show. Okay. So why won't I ever find anything? So why will I never find anything? If I know that there's something in here, something's watching me, why will I never find anything? The only reason why I would never find anything, let's say that what you're saying is true. If I never find anything, then that's because it's some type of military equipment or some type of like yeah, very advanced type of equipment. Like they got some shit in the walls or something. I don't know. No, there's gotta be something else. It's something else too. Something's telling me something about them vents though. I'll tell you what, like I said, I'll tell you what the vision's showing me. You can tell me based off of that. The vision keeps pointing back to the vents on the ceiling. So if that has anything to do with anything, and I think it does. My vision is telling me, my visions at night have been telling me it's something in the AC vents. Now, if I don't find anything, I don't know what those visions meant, but I know something's watching me, and it's not in my fucking head. I took fucking in high school. My teacher told me that I should take advanced psychology because I was like so good at psychology. That's the first time anybody ever told me I should take anything advanced. She said, and this was a white lady too, that I should take advanced psychology. I also took psychology of personalities in college and, you know, intro to ethics and stuff like that. And like I was good at that, especially psychology of personality. I scored like 105 on the finals or whatever like that. Not to brag, but it's just like my point in sharing that is that I'm a very observant person. So I like see things, I see patterns. I'm also like a very, somewhat very intuitive person. Intuition does take practice though, and I'm also very empathic, like so I can see things, I can feel things, I can, I can see patterns. I'm kind of into psychology, so I can see when people are emotional intelligence. I can see when people are trying to do certain things a certain way for a certain reason. Because some people they can go through that shit and they don't even fucking like notice it because or they don't say anything. They play it off real good. They act like it's nothing because they're not like really looking for it or they're just not. I just feel like some people can go right past it because it's like they're so, excuse me, aloof. They're so aloof. Like they're just like they don't see nothing, nothing standing in their way. It could be everything could be in their way, purposely trying to bother them, and they don't see any of it. Like, I'm definitely not gonna watch it tonight, but I'm going to watch it. My head is hurting. I have to go to work and I was at work all day today. And then that's another thing. Like I work and then I'll come back and he'll be telling me, "You don't work, you don't do anything." Like I don't do anything. I don't work, I don't do anything. That's what he tells me, but that's what I'm doing. I'm working. Like I can't work that many hours. First of all, I'm a female and I can't work more than a certain amount of hours. Dang. So I don't know what he wants from me. And then he's like messing with my reputation. Like I don't feel like he can really mess with my reputation, but it's just the fact that okay, the fact that I feel like people are watching in this house from whatever devices, certain people, enemies as well. It's like he's treating me a certain type of way, and I feel like he's showing these people like, oh, I can treat her like this, and showing these people like the way he's coming at me, and I feel like that's having some type of influence on how I'm being treated as well. Versus if I live with somebody who was like, oh, yeah, I know you're really good at this. Just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to hear about that. That was really fucking horrible. And yeah, I know you're good for it. I know you got the skills and everything it takes. Just, versus somebody like that, it's like, I feel like that's having an effect on me as well. Like I said, with people watching, I feel like some people are influenced by that person possibly treating me bad. And it's like, oh, well, you deal with that person and you let that person treat you bad, or they can treat you bad. So, and he has a pretty decent position. And so, like, it just makes me feel like he's kind of having a negative influence on my life as far as other people that could possibly be looking in and observing shit. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem good. That's all I can say. The person that stays with you is a gang stalker. Yeah, I've heard that before, but that's kind of creepy because, like, I also feel like people will say that about anybody that I'm with. Like if I went to my friend's house and I could go to my friend's house, my friend, like I feel like if I was explaining the same stuff, people would say that that person's a gang stalker. They would. I feel like people would say that everybody that I talk to is a gang stalker, and it's like everybody can't be one. Like, okay, are there any good gang stalkers? What do you mean? Like, I don't know, but I just try not to think like that. I try not to think of that part because, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, but it is something to think about. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I've heard of that channel before. Yeah, gang stalking simulation. I feel like I've heard of that channel before. I probably have clicked on that channel before, but like right now, honestly, I haven't been watching a lot of gang stalking videos. The ones that I've been watching, I mean, people will probably say that it's kind of crazy, but I've been watching a different category, and I've been kind of stuck on that, which I mentioned already in my prior video. I gave some hints to it, but I don't want to go too deep into it because I feel like that's kind of been revealing a lot of shit that I'm talking about too. So, and it's a lot of those people from that category. So I don't know, it's all weird. It's exhausting. It's very weird. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it, and I feel like it's really unhealthy for me to be in the situation that I'm in. But like right now, I don't have any better situation right now. And besides like creating a completely new situation or dealing with other situations, like, so that's why I've just been dealing with this the best that I can, you know? So, this person is completely just like I'm like kind of shocked at how like careless they are about certain things. Like I never seen anything like that in my life. Especially someone who's like a little bit older and supposed to be like more mature. Like I have never seen anything like that. Like I feel like he be set he it's like one side of me is like he's not that type of person that would set me up. But he also is kind of seeming like it. He's seeming like it though, because it's like it's for the safety. So why, you know, I don't know. It's too much to think about. My fucking head's hurting. Like I said, I've been yelling, trying to get my point across just about being safe, that my head hurts. I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. I was screaming outside because it feels like I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucking wolves and alligators, and I'm just trying to find like the positive people like me, like that aren't going to deal with that type of bullshit and stand up for something that's better, like just to treat people normal. Like you shouldn't be breaking into somebody's house. Like I'm never gonna be like, even if I'm calm at first about it, I'm never going to be completely desensitized by that shit, because it's like I'll be calm and then I'll just be sitting there and I'll start thinking about that shit like PTSD or some shit. And then I'll start getting worked up like, man, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe I start seeing the real severity of the shit. Like that shit not normal. And it's like having somebody that's a provider, like that helps provide for you, that's all good, that's cool. But what the fuck is a provider that's not helping protect you? Like providing helps protect you to a certain extent, but it's like, how are you providing? How much are you providing in like the safety department type shit? This house is fucking getting on my nerves. So I don't know. It's like I feel like I gotta be the man when it comes to the safety shit. Like I gotta be the man. I got to be the one who checks all the doors. I got to be the one who makes everything safe. I got to be the one who is like the security fucking guard. You know what I'm saying? I got to be that person. And it's like when that person doesn't listen to me, it's not good. And think about that when it's not your house, how hard it is to do that when that person wants to go against what you're saying, but you know that, let's say you specialize in that shit and you know what the safest thing is and how it should be. But this person is just like, oh, well, it's my house. And for them, it's just about going against them and them being the guy and the aggressor and the dominator. Like it has nothing to fucking actually do with safety. And I'm just looking at it as a safety standpoint. It's not about me dominating over a person, running a person, telling a person what to do, not being submissive. Like I said, this is all boils down to just safety. And how much do you think I can count on somebody that's patrolling the neighborhood that tells another cop who a patrol guy, he's an ex-cop supposedly, telling a real cop or someone who's actively a cop, oh, to come to a scene and then that guy gets his fucking leg shot off. Like I'm supposed to trust that patrol dude? I don't think so. Because I feel like he should have made that person well aware of what's going on. And I also don't think that you should have called somebody that's in your neighborhood just because they're in your neighborhood to help you on a scene that's going on in the neighborhood. I mean, maybe, but you need to call them other people from another source that's around because it seems like a more private situation when you're doing it like that, and it needs to be this to me it's a public matter when all that shit going on. You don't keep that shit private. So and then it's like you should have warned that person like, oh, this is what's going on. Like no, it should have been more people on the scene. If somebody's shooting or breaking in somebody's house, I mean I don't know, it's just kind of weird. For some reason I can't get past just not trusting that whole incident. I don't know. I feel like that person just should have been better informed. I feel like there should have been somebody different called to the scene besides somebody that was just in the neighborhood. It just seems it gave me like real setup type vibes. So I don't know. Anyway, like my head is hurting so bad. Even just talking about the problems hurt my head. So that's how much like you should know. I don't like going through any of this. Talking about my problems makes my head hurt sometimes, and going through the problems and trying to get my point across is making me sick. I need something else. This ain't working for me. I'm being pushed out of this situation because I can't keep dealing with this. I can't keep living like this. It's not working for me. It's too unhealthy. It's hurting my fucking head badly. I don't even get headaches like that. It's fucking with my better self. Like I haven't been able to be my better self in a long time because of all the negative shit that I'm around. Like I haven't been able to feel happy. I haven't been. It's like people are always like, "Well, why the fuck you gotta feel happy? You're not doing good in life and shit like that." You can still have happy moments. You can still smile at something. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck else is there to do? The fuck? Who cares if you bust a smile or two? Like, I don't know. I guess something's wrong with doing that, but it makes me feel better sometimes. And it's like people just don't want you to feel better. You gotta be fucking sick and fucked up all the time. So it's like I'm thinking to myself, like, I just want to act sick, not act, because I actually do be feeling that way. And it's just like, I don't want people to know anything good that's going on. like at work and shit. I don't be even want to talk. Like just like, oh, how like really, this is how I would like for it to go. Like, oh, hey, how are you doing? Like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just thank you. Thank you for asking. But it's like my personal information. I don't really want to tell you how I'm doing. And that's because it's some people really, they get pissed off when you say, oh, good. Even when you're just saying some cordial, regular shit just because. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. Really? Yeah. So it's like I don't even be wanting to say that shit. I just like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Or just like say, think about all the horrible shit that I'm going through. Like, oh yeah, like, because that can cause a conversation too. But like, so it's not really that great. And it's not like people are gonna sit down and really talk to you about it. They just want to know like what your vibe is today. And it's probably just based on like what can I fuck up or can I add to? Like who the fuck really wants to know? Some people get pissed off when you say the basic shit. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. People don't want to hear that shit. Not the people that I usually be around in certain places. They want to hear like that you're not doing too great. And I can do that. I could do that for you. I could lay out all my fucking stories to you that you'll probably be sick as the fuck I feel after I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I can give you the fucking bad stories and shit. I can sit down and talk to you about all the horrible shit. But just because a person going through a bunch of horrible shit don't mean that they can't, crack a smile because somebody told a joke or something. It's like, damn, like motherfuckers don't want you to have no bit of healing and feeling a little bit okay, not even for a fucking couple seconds. So it's like, you know what? I really have to just put my like bitter poker face on and just not show that I'm happy. It's like I always have to situate myself to how everybody else is. I can never be my fucking self. I was like, oh, which self should you be today? Should you pull out the sad self for everybody or the depressed self for everybody or the confident self for everybody? Like I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm tired. Anyway, like I said, talking has hurt my head. I used to go on rants by myself, because why you talk to yourself? Because when I talk to people, they don't be listening. When I talk to certain people, what I'm saying is irrelevant. I'm stupid, I'm slow, I'm mentally ill. So I just talk things out in my own time how I want to, and nobody's gonna tell me, "Oh, you're stupid. That's irrelevant. You're dumb." Blah blah blah. When you talk to yourself, you don't have to hear nobody say some horrible shit back to you. You can get everything out how you want to get it out, and you can clear the space, and you can think how you want to think, and you can work it out as you go. Nobody's attacking you along the fucking way. So talking shit out to me is not as crazy as it seems, but it is a sign to me that maybe this person doesn't have anybody that actually hears them out, that actually acknowledges what they say, that actually shows that they care on the other end of the conversation. That is kind of what it tells me. Because everything's not about a person being in a psychosis type state. Some people have just gone through weird, strange things, and you can kind of see some of those things in the details, but that doesn't mean that they're, psychotic or suffering from some mental. Maybe somebody around them is mental, and their defense mechanism is to do what they're doing, how they're doing what they're doing. Well, that's enough for me because, like I said, my head's hurting. And I've been working on trying not to go on and on and on and on because it started making me get kind of sick. it started making my head hurt. So I feel like that's God telling me, get it out. But if I'm doing it for social media, that's different than sitting at home and just saying stuff over and over. I'm not telling anybody but whoever these cameras are, and I don't even know who they are watching, just random people I don't know. So, and then like, don't try to say somebody's that crazy because you got people on these YouTube, even they've gone to news stations and shit and found out that there was somebody from the attic that had a camera, and they actually find real footage of these people doing this shit. So just because it sounds like something crazy does not mean that it's not real. And I think we all can agree on that at this point. So yeah. Um, I see a lot of things, but I don't respond to everything because I think that it's important to, keep some of yourself. Just because everybody's in your fucking business and your fucking information, you don't have to like feed back into them. That's why a lot of times I don't even put the chat on. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't give a fuck what other people have to say. Sometimes I'm sad, and if somebody's gonna have a real conversation with me, then I'll do that. But you never know who's gonna pop up in the box. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't even really be caring about chat too much like that. Because the last thing I would need is people trying to gang stalk me from the chat. I'm just trying to get out my message, how I feel about what I feel about. So that's why you will rarely see me put the chat on anymore because um, it's not a place for me to be trying. It's not a place for me to get attacked. And it's just like, talking to yourself. When you're making a YouTube video, you're kind of talking to yourself, but you're talking to the audience. And when you don't have the chat on, you're even more so talking to yourself, but talking to the audience. You don't have to, deal with, the sidebar, the side conversation. Like I said, trolls pop up in there. You'll have somebody talking about what the fuck, you ate tonight or some shit and this, that, and the other. And you don't know who these people are hiding behind, even people that look like they're from the same shit you from. You never know what people up to. And I don't really need to build any more enemies. I have enough motherfuckers that I don't know that's up to shit. So that's why I don't be really worried about all that shit. I can't You can't let everybody in your space because that's also a transaction. You know what I'm saying? That's also a transaction. And you can feed into some things, but some things you should not feed into because it can become too much. It's like I'm here to share, and I can't guarantee you I'm gonna have a relationship with anybody. So, but I am here to share. That's the way we communicate. But anything else is too much for me. I'm not going to add no more stress to my life. I got enough. And I'm here just getting some of that out, basically. And also to help people who are going through certain things, like you can see me and you can see that, like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm experiencing that same thing. I have those same emotions. Oh, so that's what people go through. It is true. I'm not just fucking crazy. And, it can go on and on and on and on until you finally get into a place where it just fucking stops because you're around better people with a different type of mindset. So I will see you guys later, and I really appreciate everybody who joined in and allowed me to be listened to. Sorry about the camera situation. Like I said, it was an emergency. I really didn't care, and that's why it is the way that it is. So I will see you guys later. Bye.